Okay, so I finished installing the hidden winch from Vice, the Canadian product. I have to say this is a perfect installation kit. Super manual, super job. I'm really happy. Thank you guys. Okay, I turned this guy here 180 degrees by loosening these I think it was like 7 bolts, and I installed this guy here, and I have managed to put the winch on it as well. And as you can see, I have removed this electrical, whatever it's called. I think it's called a control box. Control box. Because I will locate it somewhere completely different. And as you can see, these short wires will not be used because I have like this lengthening stuff. It's a real hillbilly garage. So I'm also cleaning my guns. Yeah, and this whole thing, all that you will see in the end is this guy over here. And these things. So this is basically how it's gonna look. This guy will be here. Here you will have like this hook. Where this guy hooks into. And the lever will be here. And let me show you how the car looks right now. This will be here. And this plastic deal will be gone. Yep. So in order to remove this plug, which basically covers all the wires from the lower bumper, you have to remove this little plastic guy over here with the 8mm screws. They look like this. And once that is removed, you can basically access this plug. Now, according to Vice, you have to remove all this stuff here as well. Well, I didn't do that because I'm basically using a motorcycle lift that I put underneath the bumper so I can lower it down. So all these guys, they're not really attached, they're just under here. They basically come down like this. So my car, this is a 19 Rebel, basically looks like this now. Bumper has been removed, and the bumper is removed just basically by these 3 bolts, 3 screws that are over here. And now I'm gonna begin putting these guys, you know. Vice, in the manual they say that you should only mount one of them, and you should wait with the other. So you can see here, here's my assembly. Here I have already mounted, this guy comes over here. So basically I skipped a few steps, but next thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna remove the tow hooks because they're definitely in the way, and then I can start mounting the bracket. And like I saw in the video, the guys made from Canada, they cut this metal stuff here, and that's what I'm gonna do next. And don't forget to use some kind of metal primer, unless you want your car to be a rust bucket. So the winch is installed, and I did remove the control unit from the Warren winch. It's actually in pieces here on top of my car. So what I'm doing now is I'm threading the wiring. I'll probably be going this way, there's enough space. And then I'm gonna remove the cables that came from Warren one by one so I don't mix up the colors. Okay, this is how that looks with the primer on it. This doesn't need to be really precise because you're not gonna see this, but I'll put some black paint over it. So now it's painted black. This has been removed, the original part. Sensors are back in. I put some silicone on it just to ensure it's really tight. So I guess the bumper is ready. Original part you can see here. I even removed these bushings that were in the sensor hole. This guy is gone. And the plastic piece behind it gone as well. So the last part is to figure out where these bolts go. It came with the system. I guess it's got something to do lengthening one of these. I saw that from behind. It's gonna be a tough one to put it back on, but I guess the bumper is ready. Let's have a look at the car. Everything is tightened up. I'm not sure, because this guy here, if you loosen the bolts, you can move it a little bit up and down. So I just adjusted it properly now, and I hope it fits, otherwise I will need to adjust. We will see. A little update on the Warren install. I'm guessing I'm ready to put the plus on the plus. I have the minus ready as well. I ended up taking this plastic cover away. It's really easy, so that I would be able to install this nice and easily. I didn't use the bracket that came with it. I'm just using a homemade bracket. I have to paint it black, but I already put some primer on it. And I want it to be here because the cover will probably cover it up, so there's no way that's gonna be any water on it unless I cross a huge river. And of course the connector to charge the remote control or to use it with the cable needs to be on top, and it can't go anywhere because it sort of like sits in the sleeve. So if you have a 2019 Rebel, this is the way I went, because I do want access to the fuse box. I want the cable to be as short as possible, so this is basically perfect. And then last but not least, I will use some straps connecting these loose parts so that they don't move while I'm driving. And as you can see already, the cover will probably cover everything up, but I still have access to the remote. Okay, so now everything is connected. A little bit of protection for the plus. The minus is attached to the battery. I didn't want to cause more trouble than necessary, so I ended up putting the minus on the battery itself instead of putting it on the chassis. And a little bit of protection here so nothing can happen. I'm actually charging the remote control on this Warren right now, so you can see here it's under The electronic is now underneath the cover. I really like that setup because it's like really hidden. So if you want to use the cable, you just open up the hood and connect the cable, big deal. But it does act as a remote, a wireless remote control if you unplug it here. So this Warren winch is really great, and everything works. So the last step will be to reattach the bumper.